The McDonald's Drive Show on 2RE. Live, local and loving it.
Yes, across the Great Lakes, Gloucester and the Manning, 21 past 4. Trent Chapman's in the studio with me. Now, Trent, you might have heard about Trent. Trent's on a walk, just a little walk, from Brisbane to Sydney. Welcome to the 2RE studio, Trent.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
So, now you're walking. Let me get this straight. You've got a whippersnipper on your back.
That's right, yeah. I've got the old brush cutter on the back, the Tanaka, and it's going the whole time. Sends a bit of a vibration through me as well too, mate, and adds a bit of weight to it.
So is that because they're sponsoring your walk or because you're just very civic-minded and you want to clean up the highway?
No, mate, the Tanaka guys are helping me out, but the idea is I'm trying to raise some funds for Parkinson's, for the Shake It Up Research Foundation, and also for Beyond Blue. So the idea of the brush cutter was to give me something that was going to put me in the shoes of somebody that would suffer Parkinson's, so it tremors the whole time.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. That's a different concept.
Yeah, it puts a fair bit of weight on the joints as well too, so it's definitely making me sort of ache a fair bit as well too. It's giving me a little bit of an agony, but that's the whole idea of this, mate, is to put myself in someone else's shoes and understand it a little bit better.
Said to you off air, I drove to Coffs Harbour last Friday and we heard you on a radio station just to the north of us. And as we went through about Scott's Head turnoff, the wife said, "There's that bloke with the whippersnipper on his back." And there he is. Yeah, he's gone, you know. But you look like just lonely walk along the highway there at that point in time.
But there's a few lonely moments, that's for sure. We've sort of been clocking up. It's pretty much a marathon a day, basically. So sort of do about 42 odd Ks a day. Right. And it kind of takes me sort of about 8 hours most days. And there's definitely some lonely times. I've got the iPod and kind of going, but the battery doesn't last all that long.
True. One of those wind-up ones that bounce as you walk. That'd be the way to go.
That's right, and I can't sing too well, so I can't even stand my own voice. So that use
your own kinetic energy to charge your iPod. That's the way.
Definitely.
Now you live on the north coast.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What you're saying, Lennox Head, was it?
Yeah, mate, been at Lennox Head there for the last couple of years. Oh, mate, magic spot, lovely spot. It's a God's country right there for sure. It's a little bit of an untapped area there, but mate, love living up there. Love the beach lifestyle for sure. But it's taken a bit of a different scene there. So
what's the inspiration for the whole idea?
Mate, the whole inspiration behind it is my nan is actually a Parkinson's sufferer, and she suffered it now going into 7 years at the moment. And I spoke to her on her birthday on the 31st of July, and she didn't seem too fussed if she was going to see her next birthday or not. Not really knowing how to answer those questions. It was a little bit of an uncomfortable kind of a giggle and sort of said, "Come on, Nan, it can't be that bad." And her response to me was that I didn't know what it was like. So I kind of went away from that and thought about it and thought she's pretty well spot on. I've got no idea what it's like, and I'm sure there's a hell of a lot of other people out there that have the same kind of conversations with their family. So I've tried to sort of do something to put myself in somebody else's shoes for a space of time, and I've tried to do a challenge, which is something which I wasn't real sure if I was about to actually achieve it and finish it or not. So it's kind of thrown myself into the deep end, and I'm trying to give these guys a little bit of hope at the end of the day. There is a lot of research going on at the moment for Parkinson's and people that suffer a lot of depression. Depression's a big factor to do with Parkinson's as well, and I think depression's something which kind of hits. We all know someone that's got depression anyhow, and I think a lot of people live with it inside and don't actually sort of openly speak about it. And I believe that's half the drama with it. You've got to get it out there, and there are people that are willing to listen and care and help you through it. So
there is support there. So if you're not feeling,
100%, you've just got to take that first step. So that was sort of the idea of sort of doing it with the feet. It's all about taking that first step and keep on moving forward with it. And there's been, just in this journey, I've had a couple of days that have been pretty tough. It started to get a bit flat these last couple of weeks, but it's something that I've just got to kind of push through and see the silver lining at the end of the day.
Well, you'd appreciate too any of the upgraded parts of the highway because they're flatter than the older ones.
Certainly do, especially the ones that got a little bit of space on the side. There had been a few sketchy bits where I was kind of falling down a few ditches and come close to rolling the ankle a couple of times, but lucky I got them taped that bloody tight. I don't think they can move too much.
Well, you're well over halfway. That's good.
That's right, yeah. We're on the downhill run. I think we're only just a little bit over 300 clicks at the moment.
That's right,
yeah. So we worked out, I think it's going to be close to about 1,100 clicks all up once we kind of went off track a little bit.
Yeah, so what's your plan to hit Sydney when?
I'm trying to get down there on the 28th. So basically we put this together in 28 days. So I wanted to achieve it in 28 days. And the idea behind that was a little bit of a shock factor for people. I guess when you wake up and you have an illness and you've just been told you have an illness, you've got to deal with it then and there.
Yep.
So I didn't really have any preparation for this one. It was literally learn how to swim along the way. So trying to do it in 28 days. So that's why we've had to knock over the marathon a day pretty well. And on track at the moment, luckily. Touch wood.
So how can people, support your efforts? Obviously, you want to raise some money for Shake It Up and Beyond Blue.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to raise $25,000 for each of the two organisations, so $50,000 in total. At the moment, I'm sitting a little bit behind the 8 ball as to where I'd like to be. I haven't actually even hit the $10,000 mark yet. I'm close to it, but haven't cracked it as of yet. but I have set up a Facebook page, which is Trent's Tanaka Trim, which I kind of run a bit of a blog on, which is starting to get a little bit of attention to it. And I also have a page through mycause.com if you would search Trent's Tanaka Trim, or if you're on the Facebook, then you can just get the link straight off there, and that actually does the donations link to it, and it's all tax deductible, and the rest of it gives you the invoice and whatnot. And happy to sort of take donations like yourself, and you see me on the road, pull over, have a yarn, slip me a $5, and be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, so, I mean, the loneliness of the long-distance walker, I suppose.
Yeah, it is a little bit like that. Give me a couple of bucks of sympathy, if anything.
Trent, look, I'm really proud of you. It's great what you're doing, and it's a sensational effort, and let's hope that you can get those funds that you want for Shake It Up and Beyond Blue. And let's hope the mainstream media in the cities actually pay attention, and maybe that's where you'll get your boost. Yeah,
well, that's what we're kind of hoping. We're hoping to get that kick. It's funny, I've had a lot of support from people, a lot of generosity, and I understand it's pretty tough times these days, but
sure.
I think people don't realise about sort of making that actual action about it, and actually doing that, throwing that $2 or that $5 in. If everybody could kind of help me out along those ways, then it's going to go a hell of a long way. Yeah, that's for sure.
Sure. All right. So if you see Trent, you'll notice him. He's bright yellow. He's got his workplace safety gear on. You won't miss him. And the sun protector as well with the hat, and he's got the whippersnipper on his back, the brush cutter, sorry. Let me get it right. If you see Trent heading south on the highway, stop, say good day, chuck him a couple of bucks for the cause, and you too can help people who are suffering from Parkinson's and depression. So it's a great effort, Trent, and I really appreciate you diverting off the highway in to see us today.
Thank you very much.
Where are you staying tonight?
Welcome. Staying at the Country Inn.
Okay.
Coming through. They've been amazing there. Becky's really looked after me there straight off the bat. She's even cooking me some spag bowl tonight. So,
well, you need to build up that, don't you? What do they say, the carbs?
Mate, load up the carbs. I've never ate so many carbs in my life. It's the one time I can get away with what I want to eat at the moment. looking at the positive out of it.
Good on you, Trent. Thanks for popping in and talking to us on the Macca's Drive Show this afternoon, and good luck with the rest of it. As I said, I am very proud of you for what you're putting in, and let's hope that other people see the same way and actually do stop you and contribute. And if you see him, walk and say, "Hey mate, get a wriggle on," at least give a bit of support.
Even that little toot of the horn goes a long way. Definitely gets the chin back up.
Sensational. Thank you, Trent. So lend a helping hand if you can. Here's the Screaming Jets with the story at 2RE.